Yeah. Overseas with it. Niggas claim they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Niggas think they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Slipping on my pippin', nigga, never that. Always had more women than bitches, nigga, roger that. Money is the root of all evil, get the fuck back. We been brainwashed from a fetus just to get scratch that. Now I'm on a mission just to get dope. Physical or crypto, from the 9 to 5 or a kick dough. When shit get cold, like the hometown of Klitschko. Vladimir, you boys out of here with the sick flow. Now I ain't no rushing, but I'm rushing through this budget. I turn the booth into a gun, raise the way I'm busting. I caught the whole onion, then I got it from my cousin. In and out of traffic, toe tagger, we be hustling. I understand and shine first and realize your time worth. Can't be rich until you enrich your mind first. But I'ma be ignorant with my black ass and probably swipe my black card to blind black mask. Yeah. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. That moolah, that cheese, that fettuccine, that guala is what a nigga after, so holla at me tomorrow. I'm looking for investors to throw some bread at the startup. Straight to the top, I'm cream of the crop with the product. Money isn't everything, but in this society, you gotta have funds to have fun, so don't lie to me. 153 million the fucking lottery. World keep spinning, I just mold it like fucking pottery. Fuck that poverty shit, my niggas gotta get rich. Hip hop over everything like hippopotamus clicks. Niggas wanna hate, they be on some anonymous shit. People wanna relate, they wanna be a part of my clique. We are not with the shits, the toilet did not get fixed. All less fail, every door come off the hinge. $1 million in my bank account, the sweetest revenge. 75% in the savings making some sense. Niggas say they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah. Niggas claim they hot, where that money at? Niggas then ran up in your spot, where that money at? Strippers don't know you in the spot, where that money at? Fuck you, and that fake watch, where that money at? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Black African power. What's good? What's happening? Well organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, you already know what it is, man. It's God Killer in the house. And I'm coming to do what I got to do. And I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, y'all know what it is, family? Look, man, never one of them powerful shows in the morning time. As long as y'all keep supporting the morning show, I'm going to go in the morning. As long as y'all keep showing love and progressing in the information, I'm going to keep pushing forward, man. I'm going to take time out my day, man, to show some love to the people, to make sure we are consistent in our approach to educate. Look, man, a lot of stuff going around the skin color, a lot of stuff going around the blackness and all that. And I got to stay on their head because they misrepresent our position. We take a scientific position and we understand the philosophical position over here. And that is the problem, and that is completely the issue. We see people flim, flam, bam, bam, booming, right? And trying to mix up our scientific understanding of what skin is and how valuable it is to human life on a planet surrounded by the harmful UVA rays, UVA and UV rays. They mix it up with the philosophical understanding of what blackness is, the symbolic understanding of what blackness is. Now, we've done shows. We talked about how the Egyptians and what they represented with the color black and we talked about how the African Americans, what their representation was with the color black. Go back and check those shows out. Preferably the shows with the title Blackness in it or Black in it, you'll find those shows. So we make no bones about our scientific approach and understanding human life. We make no bones about studying anthropology because that is best fit to understand ancient cultures. I don't know what the hell y'all think this is. Let me give a shout out to the people in the chat, man. 27,000 in the building. I see you. My name is Tika. What it do? What it do? What it do? From then till now. What it do? What it do? What it do? Zan, what's going on with you? What it do? What it do? What it do? Gideon Black, the pseudo killer army. What's good with you? Jody Breeze, what it do? Cedric Gotavia, official PK. What's going on with you, bro? What it do? What it do? Black African Power. Marlon, what's good with you, man? Spin Barrel, what it do? What it do? What it do? Let's get a few more people in the building. At least, let me see, morning time. We probably should wait to hit the 40. Yeah. Yeah, I like that, Zan. Zan says, again and again, all skin ain't kin. All black folks ain't kin folks. Yeah. Yeah, y'all been blinded with the blackness. You should never allow the blackness to blind you and should always take an approach to understanding human beings that you're dealing with. Don't give them a pass because of the color of their skin. Don't you do it. It'll put you in a situation in a deficit of losing. Man, we all know what it is, man. We got the coffee break, man. Let me make sure I got everything right, man. Yeah. Yeah. Message. Yep. Wherever you are, be a good one. Yeah, yo, we stay right there on top, though, man. And we push these conversations with a scientific approach, recognizing the philosophical understanding. Like, I'm just trying to feel like they be playing, man. They be flamming, the bamming, the hamming, the making mistakes, moving too fast, feet all, over top of their skis, fumbling this way. It's crazy to me, man. I want to start the show off with a comment from yesterday's show, man. Let me put this band up here. Man, make sure y'all support the show, yo. They keep me going to the next day, right? By the love y'all showing, let me know if y'all want me to, pop up the next day, man. It also may be in that Discord. I'll be in there teaching too, all right? Catch me in the middle of the day. I might have something on my chest that I need to put out there. That's the Ankh Cash App, man. That's right there, man. Show that love. Just show love, period, man. We're on a volunteer time, man, but we still always need the resources for it to make sense. If it don't make sense, it don't make sense. If it don't make sense, it don't make sense. I hear people talking, oh, man, we don't need this. Come on, man, you always need resources, man. Right? And, look, your kids grow up fast. So I'm trying to put in as much time with them as possible, man. Before you know it, they're growing out the damn house, man. Simple as that. Before you know it, your children are up and up out of there, yo. So now what? And you done wasted time on YouTube, right? With people who ain't really caring about you, talking crazy and reckless about you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I guess it comes to territory, man. But look, I ain't for all that bull crap, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you. Been in a lot of foolery for no reason. What's up, Ninu? What it do, shorty? What's good with you? Ready? For the thing we got to do. You looked at the video? I'm looking at it today. I'm gonna get it down pat. Don't be messing up in there. I'm gonna be light on my feet, shorty. All right, let me see. Let's get the crowd in here a little more. All right. All right. Top of the morning to the Discord, man. Top of the morning. Let me get my first thing together. Goodness gracious. All right. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Huh. I'm going to get it right. Thought that was the default setting. So, yeah, man, everybody push forward and working to bring that scientific literacy. Don't even worry about the quacks. They stay quacking. Yeah, they actually do. Yeah, they actually stay quacking. Most incredible thing ever. Be really quacking, don't they? Quack, quack. Be quack, quackity, quack, quack. Make sure I pin his Cash App in there, man. They keep the engine going. They keep the gas. They keep the gas. We keep our feet on the gas, but you need gas to keep your feet on the gas. You say what you want to say. All right. Omar Reed, clip 'em up specialist in the building, top notch. Hey, make sure we having classes in the server, man. Hits, I call them AI hits, right? Y'all can go to the Discord. We had a good class last night on that new technology. All right. Showed us how to hook our joint, our chat GPT to the internet, man. I would suggest y'all, sign up in the Discord and actually go attend those classes, man. They're gonna help your internet experience, man, and help you with the tools to defeat these pseudos, man. We can't keep it unless we give it away. So the brother is actually volunteering his time, man. When he got time, take away from his family, his busy schedule, and what he's doing to actually teach that class, right? We also I got a text from let's see. Got a text from Andy Thompson, man. He's gonna come on. And I told you he's going to participate in that conversation about determinism. He's going to do some work on that for us, right? We always keep the experts to keep us, within the rails. All right, we got him coming. And then, we said it was Saturday, but we had to change it. Have something important coming up with my daughter on Saturday. And so we're going to change that right here. Rick Allen Ross, the cult expert. He was the expert witness on the Nature Boy trial. We're going to change that to the 10th. That's going to be Sunday. We're going to do that Sunday. All right. Make sure y'all tune in, man, with that. Let's see. Hold on one sec. Yep, 4:00 Sunday. We doing that, man. That should be a great experience for us. So don't worry about the Saturday. It's going to be Sunday. We're going to be doing that, man. I see we almost got 60,000 people in the building, man. Almost time to get it started, man. So we're going to keep the experts coming. I think it's very healthy for us and important from what we're actually doing. All right. You can't stay in the mud all the time, yo. All right. And, we just growing away from the foolery because we have our own experience. All right. It's an experience as an African American, a black American being in the pseudo killers in the community of skeptics, man. There's a lot of things that are counterintuitive and, just make you question, like, really how? Ron asked a great question. He said, well, how do y'all use scientific literacy to stop your bias? I mean, that was like one of the best questions. I got a good tool for y'all. All right. And it's this National Geographic magazine. All right. And it was in 2018. Okay. Great article on race. All right. Let me show the screen here. Let's get into the mode. All right. Anybody that watched the show seen this before. Black and white. These twin sisters make you rethink everything we know about race. Okay? Your perceived perceptions here. Okay? So they're actually twins, same mother, same father. One clearly has blue eyes, looks like a European, right? And the other looks like a sister. Okay? Here's the confusion. They're from the same mother and father. They're actually twins. Why does nature work this way? Nature works best when it's in diverse forms. All right. Your eyes, your lying eyes is going to lie and tell you that the one on the left is a European with blue eyes and the one on the right is what you perceive to be black, because you're going to look at the hair color, you're going to look at the eye color, you're going to look at the lip structure, you're going to look at the skin color, you're going to do all that and mess it up. Your lying eyes will tell you that the sister on the right is a sister and the sister on the left is a European. I am telling you now, you can't look at that and tell. We're going to get some people to say, oh, man, yeah, I can see it. No, you can't. No, you can't. If I hadn't told you they was twins, you wouldn't have been able to know. And I could really get you. We could simply take, all right, the young lady on the left with the blue eyes and put her with two white parents. Take her mother, right, and put what you perceive to be a European male, right? Put her with him, and then put her with her father on the right, and then with another sister, which you perceiving to be a black person, right? And if I showed that, you'd be like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you wouldn't know the difference, man. Let this be a lesson to you, right? I'm trying to show you that your eyes are horrible at making scientific predictions. Your senses will get fooled. So, Ron, back to your point again. How do we do that? We use the data. We use the data. It's the data that unravels your biasness. And those who use the data to unravel a bias, they will become better for it in this world. It's simple. You man, that's why we're gonna have Rick Ross on, the expert in cults. Why do we end up in cults? Okay. Why do we end up in internet cults? Why do we end up listening to people who don't know what the hell they talking about at all? Huh? Right. Because we are using our senses. Our senses are horrible at making scientific predictions. I'm telling you now. And so that's how we get around our biases that are formulated by our senses, by using the scientific data. So for the first 350,000 years, human beings was getting tricked all the time. Yeah. Yeah. And so this is important magazine, man. If y'all don't have this, y'all ain't really getting to it. Yep. Skin Deep, The Science of Race. Got a lot of different articles in here, man. There's a great website. All right, here you go. Lady, two beautiful little girls, man. So they grown up by now. 4 years later. That's the father. All right. There you go. Yeah, somebody come and say, no, she don't look, man. Shut up. Y'all tripping. You tripping, man. It's your babies. So, I mean, what we got here? Skin color. All right. Different shades. All right. Human beings, man. You know, we got that premium content over here, yo. So we keep the premium content right here. All right. Great magazine, man. Great content, man. And this, I think this is on Twitter, right? In the Twitter space, right? And you're looking at different people who they swear, wasn't brothers and sisters, but they actually was. And people just going, let me see if we can just going by, how they look. All right, how these two brothers and sisters look from the same mother and father, right? Different skin color, different hair color. Mm-hmm. You actually can't tell. You can't tell nature how to work, right? Nature is nature, man. So it's obvious that you can have the same mother and father and come out different shades of color. Mm. Crazy, right? Mm-hmm. I've been saying it all the time. If you look at my twins, yo, you'll swear, oh man, they mix. And they're actually not. Y'all, I done showed my twins before. All right. So yeah, that's where we at with that, man. So get the magazine, put it in your archives. It's great study material. All right. I mean, great study material. And so we let's come to the video. Let's see if we can get to the video, right? And read the comments because I like reading the comments. All right, let's see. Comment on that would be the morning show. Let me see if I can get there. Hold on. See what kind of comments we got. Beady bada boop bada boom. All right, let's see. All right, so as we come to some of these comments on yesterday's video, I'm not an expert. I think this might be no Christian. I think it might be. See, these folks done blacked out on the knowledge. Yeah, because they think we talking in terms of philosophy. We actually not. You know what I'm saying? They actually think we talking philosophical when we had these conversations. We can have a philosophical conversation. Okay. I'm not an expert. Say these folks done blacked out on the knowledge. They must not know the ledge. No, they don't. They done fell off. It say Egyptians black, the Hebrews black, the First Nations people black, Ocean peoples black, natives of Brazil black, Southern Asians, Almacs, Moors. Need I continue? Some kind of way we make all these people the same thing, and at times even force ourselves into their ancestry. And this is interesting right here, yo. That's exactly what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Let's see right here. What's this? Telfon Guan says, respectfully, you're wrong. You need to stick to science and evolution topics, fam. Leave history alone. You're embarrassing us, seriously. So, I'm not going to call him an idiot because he said respectfully, and he might not understand. But it's all in the statement. This is where the rubber meets the road at. It's in his statement. He tells me to respectfully, you're wrong. You need to stick to science and evolution topics. I had no idea. Let's see my response is. And see, this is the problem. The study of Egyptian is studied by Egyptologists, which uses anthropological studies, which use science. And the fact that we don't get that is the problem. You're understudied at the moment, so relax. Yeah, we all come in a position to be understudied on topics. So we've been pushing community skeptics and the pseudo killers and those who fight for scientific literacy. We've actually been pushing anthropology. Okay. Why? Anthropology is the study and origin and development of human societies and culture, y'all. Anthropology, here we go again. We right here on the National Geographic, right? So what is anthropology? Anthropology is the study of the origin and development of human societies and cultures. Culture is the learned behavior of people, including their languages, belief systems, social structures, institutions, and material goods. Anthropologists study the characteristics of the past and present human communities through a variety of techniques. is doing so, they investigate and describe how different people of our world live through history. Talk about history, you're talking about time periods. So when we study Egypt, are we not studying their culture? It's not Egypt, but human society. Are we not talking about the development of the Nile Valley cultures, which is a human society? Are we not studying their beliefs, their social structures, their language? We talk about words like Kemet, which is part of their language. What did they believe? What was their perception around the word black? Perception around the word Kemet? What was the social structure in place that would make them call themselves black people, or have them not even refer to that at all? Right? So actuality, for those who really want to know, and this is where the rubber meets the road, those who really want to know about the ancient Nile Valley civilizations, right? 4,100 miles, you would have to understand anthropology, because in anthropology, you will study the geography, you will study the languages, you will study the beliefs, their social structures, and their institutions and their material goods. So we've cleared that up. So don't come at me, but you said respectfully. That's cool. I'm not going to trip off you, right? But I think it's important for the people to actually understand that, because if we can't even understand that, right? I've heard Sonette and them say it over and over again. Oh, what you talking about? Why evolution ain't got nothing to do with that? We brought the sister on. We didn't bring her on. We actually played the video, and she talked about 300,000 years up till pharaonic times and using evolution, and how a Dr. Deborah, PhD candidate, said we use evolution. We do not use outdated racialized terms. We do not promote racism. So she's coming at it from an anthropologist. So if the experts is studying the ancient African culture using anthropologists and the anthropologists, then it's my job to push you towards that, so you don't be up here mixing philosophy with science and get mad in these friendships, right? And this is for the ones that are considered to be thought leaders in our community. Knock it the fuck off. Stop it. Stop confusing the people, man. Stop it. Stop playing, man. It ain't even that serious, man. Get it right. So if we want to have a quote unquote um conversation over the philosophy of black people, we're having great discourse around terminology of blackness and all that, right? Who's the first to call themselves black? So let's clear it up today. All right. Then we're gonna get into a couple more things. All right. So no, I'm gonna stop right there. I got a good question here. Hold on. See if I can get, I don't want that. Let me see if I can get this in here. Where is that? Where's today's thing at? Hold on. Man, I don't know, yesterday. Did I erase something? Okay. All right. So in the chat GPT, we will continue to use this tool here. This tool has actually separated us from everybody else and got everybody. Every time we use a tool, right? Layman tool. We're layman here. Every time we use a layman tool, I don't use that. Don't use that. Why don't they put their ideas in chat GPT? So what ethnic groups collectively call themselves black people? Okay. The term black is broadly referred to individuals and groups with African ancestry. However, the specific identification and categorization can vary widely depending on historical, cultural, geographical, and social context. Here are some of the general groups often included under the designation, right? So, of course, Africans, referring to indigenous people of the African continent, encompassing a wide variety of ethnic, cultural, and linguistic groups, right? So in the population of indigenous people, you will find people that will refer to themselves as black. We ain't never said nothing different than that, but they'll lie and act like we did. They'll bring on a person from the continent and say, yeah, we're using the word black. Yeah, but what about the people that don't refer to themselves as black? Y'all conveniently leave that out. Let's bring some healthy balance to these discussions. Stop acting like we ain't really studied, because we actually are. And we never speak in absolutes. African Americans. The term, watch this, primarily used in the United States to describe Americans with African ancestry. This group includes descendants of African slaves brought to the U.S., as well as more recent African migrants and their descendants. And see, here's where the problem was. We're trying to get reparations. Should you be able to migrate to America and consider yourself black and then get reparations? Remember that conversation? I would say no. That's what I would say. I don't feel like getting into the whole reparation thing, but if you're not descendants from those that got off the slave ships, then you would have to go to your government and figure out what role your government played in it and make them pay. Right? If you ain't with me, you know what I'm saying? You know how they say, yo, either stand with me, yo, or get out the way, yo. Don't fight me on mines. Yeah, crazy. Afro-Caribbeans, Afro-Latino Americans, Afro-Europeans, that's black people in Europe, including those who are descendants of African migrants, okay, or were born in Europe themselves, black Canadians and others, all right? It's a collective self-identification of black peoples can signify a shared historical experience of colonization. I think this is important to hear this. I'm going to say this again. Collectively, self-identification as black peoples can significantly shared historical experiences of colonialization. Signify, the word is signify, my fault, right? So that term itself is actually signifying shared historical experience with colonialization, slavery, and discrimination, as well as the cultural, linguistic, and social ties. Yet, it is also important to recognize the incredible diversity within these broad categories as a group and individuals who hold unique identities and experiences, right? And so in our group, we have some Pan-Africans, and you would have to give credit to those groups, those early groups promoting Black power, all right? For actually, I would say the spread of people being comfortable with calling themselves Black, all right? Because they turned it around, okay? So I would have to say, let's see, identification of the term Black as a racial and ethnic identifier rather than indigenous and tribal names is a complex process, right? And has evolved for centuries, all right? Let's see. Okay, historically, the concept of race as we understand it today, and I'm going to keep repeating these things over and over again, including the categorization of people as Black, developed in the context. So we talked about the proper cultural context, y'all. All right, in the context of European colonialism and the transcontinental slave trade from the late 15th century onward, during the time European colonizers, let me share my screen because this is important, man. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Developed in the context of European colonialism. Do y'all know what colonialism is? I bet you do, right? We all do. And the transatlantic slave trade from the 15th century onward, during the time the European colonizers began to categorize the world's populations. During this time, Europeans, not indigenous African people, not indigenous natives on other continents, but European colonizers. How was they able to do that? Because they had intercontinental ships that could sail from continent to continent. That's how this was able to be put forth. Began to categorize the world's populations using a variety of racial terms, including Black, to describe people of sub-Saharan African descent. This categorization was largely based on physical characteristics, particularly skin color, and was used to justify the enslavement and colonization of African peoples and other indigenous groups around the world. This is where the rubber meets the damn road. This is what we're talking about. That's what we talking about. We talking about understanding societies through anthropology, and these are the answers we come up with. We're not having a philosophical fight over whether you should call yourself black or not. I'm going to leave that to the Moors. I feel like they messed that all up. They get right where the rubber meets the road and start lying. Call yourself white. That's bananas. When we dive to another racialized term, which is crazy. Not being proud of your blackness. That's an individual thing. We ain't going to shame somebody if they're not proud of their black skin. I know I'm black and I'm proud. I've been black and I'm proud since 7 years old. 6, 5. Shit. I was on Lucille Avenue. Big up to Baltimore, man. Baltimore in the house. All right. So we ain't going to confuse being black and proud with understanding the anthropological study on when we started or when that name was given to us by those who meant us no good. We're not going to sit here and deny, right, our blackness. It's individual. Some people put more stock in it. Some people put less in it. I like to carry a happy balance with it. I use black, right, as a political term so that you understand that I have not forgotten that road traveled by our ancestors to get it to this point we can have shows like this and not get arrested and not get locked up and not get hung. It says in response to the racism. So this was the fix. This is what we did in response to the racism and discrimination rooted in these categorizations. People of African descent began to reclaim and redefine these terms overall. So we reclaim them and define them overall. But this was in response to a system that was placed on us. The use of black as a term of solidarity, pride, watch this, pride gained significant movement during the 20th century, particularly with the rise of the civil rights movement in the United States. Watch this. And the broader Pan-African movement was sought to unite people of African descent worldwide against oppression and the foster of a sense of shared identity and purpose. So we had a response for racism, white supremacy, and we flipped the damn thing. And we start to produce philosophical views that will put us together so that we could, in unison, right, through a word, fight against oppression. And the Pan-African movement and the civil rights movement was squarely in the middle of it. And we can talk about the Black Panther parties and Snook and everybody else that was in it. It's therefore a shift from identifying solely by indigenous and tribal names to also or exclusively using the term black was not the result of a single group decision, but rather gradually and complex process influenced by centuries of history, culture, and political struggle. So out of our political struggles, you can't eat in a restaurant, you can't vote, one drop rule, the one drop rule, y'all know what the one drop rule is. Everybody is black with the one drop rule. Let me stop. It represents both response to external racial categorization imposed. Look, so it was an imposed term by colonial powers and the proactive effort to foster unity, pride amongst people of African descent worldwide. It's a great one right there. Damn near reached my reading limit. So why is it that it ain't even the other side? It's the little fake act like they really doing something for their people's side that's acting like those who are scientifically literate don't read literature, that those who are scientifically literate don't have Pan-Africans amongst them, which is the craziest thing ever. I just sit back and say, wow. You don't get no more black power than me. I made up my own shit, Black African power. I wanted to recognize how beautiful and black I was, how beautiful and black my children are. Recognize that. I wanted to recognize that. And I wanted to let the world know, yo, I'm making a political stance here that we will never allow those who oppressed us based off of the color of our skin, based off of naming us, put us back in that damn situation again. That's why we say Black African power. So to all y'all nuts who say, hey, and then they say Black African power, because you don't understand. Because you got one half. You have the philosophical view. You have the view where we was changing those terms and we changed them to terms of endurance, right? During our political struggles against colonial powers. You have that view. But when we look in this way in the past, right, and we're applying terminology, those who are scientifically literate want to get it right. And the way we get it right is by looking to the indigenous wisdom, the indigenous knowledge, the things y'all claim to do. Y'all practice racism, white supremacy on those indigenous cultures by constantly promoting that they said this and this is their name. That's called colonialism. Knock it off. And if y'all can't understand it, it ain't my fault. That's your fault. So we understand politics, right? We understand philosophy, and we understand the philosophical political views, and we understand the scientific anthropological studies. This is what we do. We're ranging. Man, hit the Cash App, man. Let me see if anybody shows some love, man. Let me see if we still rocking or we cutting it short. Let's see. Up. Yep. Oh, this Thursday. This one of them days everybody be broke on Thursdays, don't they? Get back. All right. Nope, I ain't got no love yet. That's all right. All right. So where we at? We at 49 minutes. The world is filled with love. Love keeps me alive. Love actually keeps us all alive. Not the love saying I love you. Not the love saying I appreciate you. But the love when you can buy a cup of coffee, buy some lunch. That's the love. So we're going to wrap it up. Y'all must be tired of hearing my mouth. Think I made these points very valuable. Got a few more points to make, but I don't think I can make them in 10 minutes. All right. So I appreciate everybody coming through this morning, man. All right. God, man, you changing now. I ain't even listening to you. Let's go to the chat. Let's read out on some of the chat. Let's see. Who uses to justify is giving you a meaning from and by who? Stop imposing meanings and context on races on people, black people. You're saying people practice racism using the word. You is. And see that? See? You don't understand. I said when you look to the past and look at indigenous people, you're literally walking in like the colonizers did, and you're looking at them and saying, they're black people. That's what's that. And I'm not going too far. I'm saying exactly what y'all doing. That's what you're doing. Because y'all wasn't there, right? When you really look at the anthropological study and you start to look back into the past, you walk into the past. As an African American that have been colonized, and all you can see is their blackness. You miss their culture, right? You miss the laws that govern them. You misconstrued their language, right? You misconstrued their cultural context. You do all the things that the racist white supremacists did. They did all these things in the name of making themselves superior. So you do all these things in the name of making yourself superior to those ancient people. Because if you wasn't doing that, you would actually look at anthropology and recognize, right, and give homage to what they call themselves. That's what you would do. But no, you go in there with the colonized mindset because you ain't liberating nobody by saying our ancient population was black. You ain't liberating, you ain't liberating them to the point where we can see and understand their culture. You killing us with that. Got us all misconstrued. Got us misappropriating people's culture. That's what's actually going on there. Yeah, we call that racism. Okay. Got a Cash App here. That's going to keep you on for a little bit longer. All right, somebody showed some love. Let's see who actually showed some love. Let me give credit to the people who showing love. Let's see. Kaqueenie, what's up? Am I saying that right? Hey, appreciate the love, yo. I see you. I got you. Appreciate that love right there. All right. That's some love right there. All right. Appreciate that. I'm going to stay on a little bit longer. We got time. If y'all got time, like the jukebox, when the song over with, you either want to keep dancing or you don't. I mean, I can give y'all an hour, yo. But if I got to go overtime, come on, yo. Be real, yo. Appreciate you. All jokes aside. Coco Kitty, 7. Mm-hmm. Sisters always come through, though. Dudes be sitting back playing, yo. All right. Sisterhood brought y'all some more time, man. I got a free hour for y'all. The dose you're right. I told you. Damn sisters, boy. That's love right there. The sisters be coming through in the clutch. Keep it a little bit long. All right. So let's move forward here. Now it's getting good. Let's see. Where we at? All right. Here we go. Let's show this thing right here. So we got two things we got here. We got NPR. Let me find an NPR article. Great one. It's entitled, the NPR joint is entitled, that's not the one. Let me get that out of here. All right, and we got something from National Geographic. Let me get to the NPR. Okay, this one is called, and I've played this before. Your family may have once have been a different color. All right. Okay. Absolutely. So, hold on. Different place, different color. All right, let me see if I can play this. Let me see. Hold on. Play this for y'all. Y'all get this right here.
Long time. NPR science correspondent Robert Krowich has some news for you.
According to Penn State anthropologist Nina Jablonski, it now appears that most humans on our planet come from families that, if you go back not that many generations,
almost all of us were in a different place and we had a different color.
You may be as white as milk today or as black as deep chocolate, and yet your direct ancestors, and not because of intermarriage, as recently as 100 generations ago, and that's not far back.
No, it's not far. Really, it isn't far at all.
Your direct ancestors could have had a very different color than you.
Our original estimates were that this occurred perhaps at a more stately pace, but now we think that that process of change may have had to occur much more quickly.
And here,
so we understand that as you look in the mirror right now, your ancestors might not have even been that color. So while y'all howling and screaming about I'm this, I'm that, your ancestors might not even look like you think they looked. This is why we study evolution, ladies and gentlemen, so that we can understand that and erase that bias we have about skin color. That bias that was promoted by colonialism that made you think that brown-skinned people are subhuman and light-skinned people are the greatest, the smartest, godlike. Brown and dark-skinned people are devil-like. They color-coded you half to death. And so you can't even sit back and enjoy your scientific understanding of your ancient ancestors, right? Or people on the continent of Africa, or people around the world, period, because you're confused. Let the data unconfuse you.
and here's why. As everybody knows, says Nina,
Humans started in Africa.
the part of Africa near the equator where it's intensely sunny with lots and lots of ultraviolet light.
Humans starting in Africa, ladies and gentlemen. So why y'all in these conversations debating the elbows and the Hebrews and these mythical places of Mu and all that foolery, let them know that the data, despite your religious bias, pans out that Homo sapiens sapien, humans, started off in Africa as of 2024.
Of ultraviolet light, which was a problem because ultraviolet light not only can cause sunburn when you get too much of it.
Your connective tissues will break down and get very saggy and wrinkly, but perhaps even more importantly, the UV radiation will cause skin cancer.
And skin cancer can sometimes kill you. On the other hand, if a human is plopped down, say, in Norway, where the days can be very short and there's precious little ultraviolet light, then you discover there's a benefit to UV light.
And that is that it helps to initiate the process of producing vitamin D in the skin. Vitamin D helps us absorb calcium, and we need calcium to build a skeleton, to maintain a strong immune system, and for a host of other important functions in the body.
So, back when our earliest hominid ancestors were walking around Central Africa, in order to survive, we had to figure out a way to screen ultraviolet light so we didn't die of cancer. But when humans then start to move away from the equator, then we had to get enough UV to build bones, stay healthy.
This is where evolution absolutely is at its peak.
Because humans need skin that could adjust to changes in light, and so nature provided, says Nina.
An absolutely remarkable pigment called melanin.
Melanin is produced by genes.
To balance the need to have sunscreen built in versus the need to be able to still produce some vitamin D in the skin. So it's a really cool molecule.
And how does this molecule change skin color? Well, Darwin teaches that these.
So we actually sitting here arguing about a damn molecule and words around a damn molecule. We're actually disrupting friendships over a misunderstanding of a molecule. Can't separate philosophy from an actual molecule. That's what we doing. Is that what we doing? We talking molecule. We talking about a molecule, ladies and gentlemen. We beefing over a molecule. We beefing over people who refuse to be scientifically literate. Scientific literacy will help you separate your philosophical view from your natural view. We claim to be natural people. So if we claim to be natural people, then let's study the natural. And the best tool to study the natural is by using science. Science is the knowledge and wisdom obtained from the natural. The hell is going on? That's not taken away from a group's dynamic of political, social views. It's not taken away from that. But it clearly gives you a pen in your hand where you can draw the line and understand that that's two different conversations without cussing each other out about it. One is philosophical and political, your politics, right? Your philosophy and your science. Those who elevate their thinking have the ability to move seamlessly back and forth with clarity. Those who do not will cuss you out because they think you're saying something you're not saying. They routinely never understand what you're saying. They make the mistake of saying what you didn't say and don't understand what you did say. That's what they do. They do it to me all the time. Like the word confluence. Like we don't know what the word confluence is. Jabari, here's my Jabari moment. Danced and cheered. Brother. So he ain't say it strong like that. Brother. He ain't say that. I ain't gonna get into it. Where he said it. Said I didn't know what the word confluence meant. Wait a minute. It's simply the merging together with things confluence, coming together. It could be water, a river, right? Or people or political things that come together is where they, where the confluence is. And him wanting to win a conversation, not being able to separate his politics from his philosophy and his science, not even knowing the difference, he want to catch a moment. They always trying to catch a Kodak moment on those who are scientifically literate. When will they learn that they can't do it? When will they learn that? Context, man. Cultural context is important in these conversations. Let's get back.
Teaches that these things begin randomly. Somebody at some point had a baby, and that baby just by chance has a little change in its DNA, which makes the baby's skin, let's say, a little lighter. So now, when that baby moves north to Europe as a grown up, her light skin is an advantage because it helps her stay stronger, gives her more vitamin D, and so, says Nina,
As they moved slowly northward, those generally that had the lighter pigmentation would have survived and reproduced preferentially.
meaning lighter skinned people start to produce more babies than dark skinned people.
So, we talked about the industrial age and the pollution in Europe and the spotted moth. Look up the spotted moth. Those who are in the chat, man, with those wrenches, man, put that spotted moth source in there. Black spotted moth and a white spotted moth. Put that in there. What they just said is actually what they're talking about here. Sometimes you can see it in the other insects and animals before you can see it in yourself. All right. And so actually, when Africans left out of Africa, they carried the genes that could already produce light skin. And I'm going to show you that in the next slide. Here we go.
That's really the bottom line.
Producing more babies means you can survive as a group, and the further north you go, the better it is to have lighter skin.
Because by the time you get to Lapland, boy, there's precious little UV in the sunshine, and there's precious little sunshine during the whole year.
And that is why, as you approach the Arctic, you do find more and more light-skinned people.
And so this, in short, really creates the gradation of skin color that we see in modern humans today.
And I didn't know this, but there are also instances of lighter groups turning darker over time.
Lighter groups turning dark over time. Well. Lighter groups turning darker and darker groups turning lighter. Maybe the original population on the Nile was lighter and turned darker. Maybe the original population was darker and turned lighter, or was lighter and turned darker, or darker and turned lighter. You don't know. But you think your philosophy gonna get you through. You think your politics gonna get you through. No. It's science best fit to answer that question. So stop science bashing. Knock it off. Now, we're giving everybody a chance to read the book, the introduction in the first chapter, Death to Expertise, man. Right? Because we're going to be doing some shows on that. It's going to be a good one. And I hope everybody join it. Death to Expertise. The Campaign Against Established Knowledge and Why It Matters by Tom Nicholas. Moderators, man, put that in the chat.
The people now living in southern parts of India are extremely darkly pigmented.
But once upon a time, those same people lived in Central Asia, and up north there, they were much lighter until they moved south, where new evidence suggests
They re-evolved dark pigment.
and they're not the only ones. Aboriginal Australians may have gone from light to dark. Pacific Islanders, the same.
There's probably been a redarkening of several different groups of humans.
How
In other words,
would you know that? You don't have any photographs of their great grandpas and grandmas.
oh, but I have their genetic photograph.
So they're using genetic photographs to determine an approximate. Remember, science works in approximates of what skin color may have been in certain time periods. That's why we brung Jablonski's work to the community. Damn near 15 years ago, y'all. 15 years ago. Nita Jablonski, right, at the Department of Penn State, anthropology, she top notch. And we've been had this work. That's why y'all stay behind, because y'all not following the shows like you should, man. Man, make sure you tweet this show out if you on Twitter. Right? Make sure you like and subscribe, y'all. All right. Make sure y'all hit that Cash App, man. Show some love, man.
Have now studied the genes, the DNA of populations all over the world.
What we can do in modern humans is isolate the genes that are responsible for pigmentation in most groups, and then, knowing the position of these genes in the genome, look at the pieces of DNA that we have isolated from some ancient ancestors and see how they compare.
And by comparing DNA in ancient samples, they can very closely estimate when changes take place.
You can look backwards and see different generations of different colors. It's just phenomenal. But let's take that even farther.
If you assume that each generation lasts 25 years, say, give or
Yes,
take, it turns out that if a group of people keeps moving north or south to find food or to avoid enemies, to keep moving, that group needs to keep changing color at a remarkable pace.
He didn't say whole different people, did he? Nope. He's talking about groups. Groups migrated up and down the Nile. Groups migrate up and down in North America. Groups migrate up and down in Australia. Populations aren't stagnant. Let me say this again. Populations aren't stagnant. Populations aren't what the philosophers think it is. Those who don't know how to shift to scientific literacy think that a population is stagnant. And the same group of people that was in the Nile Valley look the same way they would have looked today. So if you take a population from 3000 BCE, froze them, and brought them forward, that's how y'all understand populations to be. Y'all also understand populations to be unmixed. Faulty premise here. What's the faulty premise? That there's a pure population or a pure human. Never acquiesce to a faulty premise, because everything you say after that will be faulty. So they have been having a faulty argument from the Diop's made that mistake. In his attempt to fight against racism, white supremacy, he made that mistake. Let us move forward in this detailed conversation.
We might be thinking, let's say, 50 to 100 generations.
Wait. 50 to 100 generations, that's times 25. That's 2,500 years. You're saying that in 2,500 years, a lineage, a family group can go from being black to being white or back the other way? I mean, that is lightning fast. That's like ancient Greece to now.
So 2,500 years, Nile Valley civilizations last about what, 3,000, 4,000 years? 6,000 BCE, 7,000 BCE. Not the actual civilization itself, but the people on that river. Old Kingdom, 3,000 years. So those indigenous people could have started out dark, migrated back and forth, and end up light without being mixed, meaning a lighter skinned people coming in and mixing. How about that for science? Clarity.
I mean, that's like...
Yes, it's remarkable.
But there is a caveat, she says.
We're talking about the rate of change during the earliest parts of human evolution, when we would not have had the nice togas or clothing that the man in Greece may have had.
Because once people put on clothes covering the skin, then the rate of change does slow down. So it's when we were naked and moving, that's when skin colors changed very quickly. But
now I'm gonna tell you something interesting about that, right? Egyptian children didn't wear clothes till puberty. I'm going to say this again. In Egyptian culture, the children didn't wear clothes till puberty. Look it up. What they're calling Egyptian slaves didn't wear clothes. If you look at the workers in the field, they had their bottoms covered, uncovered, taking the full brunt of the sun. Let us move on. Let me show y'all some pictures.
Quickly, but still, this means that this thing that we all notice when we think about race, skin color, it's not fixed at all. It is remarkably fluid.
We have now some fascinating genetic evidence of evolution acting on the skin, the intensity of natural selection. We think that process of change may have had to occur much more quickly.
Much more quickly. I'm Robert Krulwich, NPR News.
All right, man. Boy, I tell you here, got some questions in the chat, I see. Questions in the chat, I see. Let me get, I like to get to this piece right here. Let me get to that. Let me get right here. Man, where is the piece? Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. Genetic mutations. Genes randomly mutate over time. Beneficial mutations tend to be passed on to offspring and to spread through the populations. Okay. Responding to the sun. Dark skin favored in the tropics because it shields tissue from damages, UVA rays. In regions with less sun, lighter skin allows the body to absorb enough UV rays to synthesize vitamin D, which is needed for healthy bones and immune systems. So the body's trying to protect the immune system. You need a healthy immune system. 3,000 years ago, anatomically modern humans features emerged. Anatomically modern human features. So when you ask the question, what makes you Homo sapiens sapien? It's a collection of features that fit in a category that makes you Homo sapiens sapien. Light skin has many origins. I'm going to say this again. This is important. Light skin, right, has many origins. So we talked about genetic mutations. We talked about responding to the sun. We talked about anatomically modern humans, right? Then we talked about light skin has many origins. Most people think that light skin is from Europe. And if you got light skin, you actually had to marry or have sex with a white person. That's not the truth. That's a misinterpretation of the data. This is on my favorite person, Tiskoff, University of Pennsylvania. Let me see if we can get on here. A key gene mutation promoting lighter skin, SLC24A5, occurred 29,000 years ago in Asia and later spread into Europe. Watch this. But Africa, look, is a source of other gene variants that contribute to lighter skin in the populations around the world. DDB1 and MFSD12 and HERC2 right here. But Africa is the source of other gene variants that contribute to lighter skin in populations around the world. And you just look right here. Great chart right here. Many genes, look, ancient flows of dark and light. Many genes affect how melanin colors human skin. The genes, look, predate humanity. I'm going to say this again. The genes predate humanity. Some occur in mice and fish. Remember the zebra study, the zebra fish? Type in zebra fish and melanin. They was in the cave. Those zebra fish was white in color. They was wondering why. Variants in 4 of them, mutations that flip a gene from darkening to lightening or vice versa. So we talked about these genes switching back and forth. Switch come on, right? We just heard that in the article. Mutations that flip the genes from darkening to lightening or vice versa explain much of skin color diversity in Africa. There's a diverse skin color in Africa. The Europeans, when they came into Africa, they was not looking for the diversity. And they named it the dark continent. And they recognized everybody else as being invaders. The same way y'all doing. Not this healthy scientific audience, but those who look at people in Africa today and swear they're invaders. But actually, they're not. Not the majority of them. Anyway. Explain much of skin color diversity in Africa as our ancestors spread across the earth. Different mutations proved beneficial at different latitudes and were passed on. So you can just come right here. You look at this: Papua New Guinea, Ethiopian, Hadza, and Tanzanians. And look at this right here. You look right here, right? Look at where it go. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Look, so you can see this population 345,000 years ago was darker, right? Lighter mutation, they was lighter. Look, and then it was lighter right here. Look. See? See how they darkened up and lightened up? All right. Sub-Saharan Africans, except the sign. South Asians, Australian and Malaysians. Look at the line, look at the follow, boom, boom, boom. All right. Already 999,000 years. See how they lighten up right here? All right, that's their mutation. So they carry these genes of lightening up. Gene variants associated with light pigmentation. All right, if we move here, Europeans, right? South Asians, right there. All right. SLC 2485. You hear Ngozi talk about that particular variant all the time. Said this shit 100 miles in. What? SLC 245. You're like, what? I say SLC 245. You're like, man, boy, breakneck speed. So you can see how these changes can occur. All right, Europeans and San people, okay? Europeans and San, look, they have different mutations. All right, some got this mutation for light skin, yeah? And look, here you go, look. Europeans, East Asian, Indian, Native Americans, they have a different mutation. Look. See? Look at the chart. I'm going to leave this up here for a minute so y'all can see. Everybody ain't got the SLC 245. So now we know there's different molecules that produce different things. Man, look her up right here. It's an important source. Sarah Tiskoff. Excellent. Look, type her name into YouTube and watch it. In humans, as in all species, genetic changes are a result of random mutations, tiny tweaks in the DNA, the code of life. Mutations occur at more or less constant rate. That's how they can tell the humans come from Africa, because look at the genes of the Native American population. It's a key for those who play in the elbow game. We can just look into the DNA of Native Americans until they came from Africa. We can look at your DNA until they came from Africa. Mutations occur at more or less constant rate. So the longer a group persists, handing down its gene generation after generation, the more tweaks these genes will accumulate. Meanwhile, the longer the groups are separated, the more distinctive tweaks they will acquire. There you have it. That's love right there, man. I'm going to drop the link. Somebody want to dump in and ask a question or make a statement. We won't be battling and fighting. Throw this in there for anybody just want to shout out to people, man. Show some love, man. Look, man, hit that Cash App, man. All right. Going to take a Cash App break, man. Going to let our first callers come in. If the callers want to come in, if y'all don't, man, we can move forward, man. And, you know, I really appreciate this time with y'all in the morning time, man. We get in there and get that love right, man. Y'all already know that, man. That's real, yo.
Yeah, daily crazy for this one, boy. Check.
Check.
First things first,
man, hit that Cash App. The honeys, the money. Man, hit them likes, subscribe, get that algorithm going. But the Cash App money. Y'all know what it is, man.
Been nothing but a motherfucking move, but the
Nothing
money.
better move but the Cash App money, man. Get them likes
Been
up
nothing
and
but a
subscribe, man.
motherfucking
Pseudo
move.
killer.
First things first, I corner
Everything
all the
first.
honeys,
All the
dummies,
honeys.
edible place for the gummies.
Edible
Gotta keep them
place.
coming.
Y'all know
Never
what it
rolling
is.
dice. Been nothing but a motherfucking move, but the money.
But the Cash App money, man. Show some love
Been
from
nothing but a
above. Y'all know what
motherfucking
it
move,
is,
but the
man.
money.
Man, I'm your host, man.
Been nothing but a
Bobby Banger,
motherfucking
man.
move.
Nothing better
Shoot
move.
another invoice. Working about a 9, need to get Royce. Yeah, let
Royce.
it shine. It's the kid choice. Yeah,
Kid
my humble
choice.
pie was a bit moist.
Big
Unc told
moist.
me to do it big, bro.
I'm
The
coming
niggas
to a
ain't
big, bro. Y'all know what it is, man. Man, hit them Cash Apps, man. Show that love, man. We got the first call in the building, man. Joel Armstrong. What it do? What it do? No Christian. What's going on the rooftop?
Hey, oh, sometimes you gotta go hard, man.
He going hard.
Look, I can't work. I can't give my whole 8 hours at work. What the heck's going on around here? Hey, no,
What's
hey,
going
bro.
on? What's up, bro?
Hey, bro. You look. You on it this morning, son.
Appreciate
That
that. Bro.
look. That's the whole issue going on right here. Like people messing up. With what they see. They using old science, bro. You know, we've been saying it. If these folks call themselves black, they not referencing what we referencing.
You're not referencing what we
That's the bottom line, man. I don't know when people gonna get that through their head. These folks talking about something being divine or special or some vitamin. Put some vitamin on me, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, look, I don't know when we going. I don't know when we gonna get folks to wake up to that. On a serious note, if people don't start reading scientific material, it's gonna be hard for them to get out of the way they thinking about it.
They philosophy. They thinking from a philosophical standpoint.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why the lady that you had interviewed, the Egyptologist, went to the patriarchal statement. You know, because that's what they did. They just looked, oh, if we see somebody dark, they lesser than us. We can subjugate them. They all the same. How somebody in Oceania gonna be the same as somebody, you know, a sentinel over at the bottom of goddamn going to Asia some daggone way? Ain't the same thing. How they gonna be the same thing as the same thing, you know, in Australia and in South Africa? And you see what I'm saying? You're just gonna mess the whole thing up.
On purpose, they did that. They grouped us, the subjugators.
Boom, there you go. And that's why when you had made that statement that we don't want to repeat the same actions that the colonizers did. We don't want to repeat that, man. That's horrible. Maybe it's because folks ain't been through nothing that allows them to be able to do that.
I think they think we saying that we not black and proud. That's what they hear, right?
They bugging. They bugging.
I'm telling you what they hear, and that's their responses is based off of they claim. No, they're fearless leaders.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying they black leaders is actually pushing that foolery. When we clearly understand anthropology, that will track through time with black men to different cultures. That ain't hard to do. It's an anthropological study, bro. Right?
And you know what? I left a comment underneath that one where you went on and you was no, not that one, not that one. Listen, remember when you had went on and you and Reggie was on there, Jabari, Smash, all of them was on there, and when y'all was talking, I typed in that one. I said, as soon as they force Jabari to do some anthropological reading, his stance is going to change. Now, people can jump out the window with him right now and crash land all they want.
He gonna crash land.
Yup, but eventually, if he's serious about his work,
He's not.
He's gonna, but I'm just saying, you never know what a person's gonna do in the future. He
It
might
take
get
away.
shot.
It take away from his position that he wants to have in this community. He wants to be the Dalai Lama.
True.
He wants
That's
to be
right
the
now,
head.
though.
I'm the head. No. It's his behavior, yo, that does not allow that. Until he changes his behavior, he has to be the best. He has to be the one to bring of all the knowledge and information, the top notch to bring of Mayat, yo. He's in that cult. He's a Mayatan. That cult behavior mentality is stuck right there. I'm not saying he practices deviant behavior, but I'm saying it's cult because that dude is supposed to be a professor trained in Cornell. So he's scamming, bro. He's scamming.
Okay.
There's a Cornell library where he can read the politics of blackness, he can read the philosophy of blackness, and he can read what scientific anthropological studies talk about. You cannot. He has access to that material. So I have to say, kick door policy, my man Kent, he's definitely scamming. Out of everybody, he's a flim-flam.
Okay, listen.
You ask that man.
Listen. I have more faith in Jabari than that.
For damn Christian. That's because you're a damn Christian. See, that's the shit that gets you. That's what gets you.
No, listen.
Got faith in him.
Faith
without works is faith in vain. Where's the evidence?
Listen. I really do though. On a serious note, I think the man, I think he take part of his craft real serious. And I'm telling you, listen to me, I'm telling you, like a Christian. I'm prophesying right now. I'm prophesying that one day that man gonna say, "Yeah, I was messing that up a little bit." He gonna find a way to clean it up. He gonna clean it up real good. He gonna pour some bitterment on it. He gonna make it look real good, but he's gonna backtrack. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right now, your Christianity is failing you, yo.
Yeah, you seeing what ain't there right there, Joe. I ain't gonna lie.
Failing
I just told you I prophesied, Logic. I prophesied, bro.
DQ, what's good, man?
What's good? What's good? Peace, everybody.
All right, brother, man. How your book going, man? When we gonna do the show on your book? What we doing? When you got time for that?
Actually, not today, but the next 3 days, I'll be free. But I was actually putting together a commercial right now. But most definitely.
Ain't that the commercial I'm playing? Ain't that the commercial with the book?
Oh, I got so many commercials. That was just to get it popping commercial. I got an official commercial going, then actually going on the radio station and the news broadcast. So y'all gonna get cuts from all that.
All right, let me know. What's on your mind, brother? What's on your mind? Just chilling? Enjoying
Man, just chilling. When it comes to this subject, man, we didn't beat it with a dead horse. Like, one thing that was interesting though, that I was catching when you was talking today, and you were saying when you were showing the two sisters, the twins, and you said one we would consider black and the other one we would consider European. And it's crazy how you would say that because black and European, they don't go together. One is representing the nation, and the other one is using our racialized term, how we describe ourselves here in America. So I was trying to flip the paradigm. If you would have said one looks black like a sister and the other one looks white, because that's the only other contrast we can use that term. Saying like European and saying black, I seen it seems like a slippery slope. It gets meshy.
No. We'll see. The whole thing is messy because we flip words back and forth like that.
Exactly.
You get it? There's no constant there. So I'm meaning white. You get that?
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I feel what you're saying, but it was just you put it right there in their eyes where they can see this whole shit is a jumble ball.
It's a mumble jumble, man. That's diversity.
Hey, DQ, you better hope Unc don't show them Europeans he showed over there on Garfield show. Hey, remember them Europeans you showed on Garfield show?
Dude, that was dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna mess. DQ gonna be like, oh snap.
You know me on my personal viewpoint, I always just look at it. We all just the human race. You know what I'm saying? Right. I've been in too many situations. Like I said, even this past COVID situation, I don't care what your skin color was. We were trying to look out for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Down here in Texas, when we have a hurricane or something like that, we don't care what your skin color is. We're trying to help you out. People who got boats going to people whose house is flooded. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't try to dwell too much on this race shit, because in 2024, only thing that matters is the green. So I'm just trying to get that paper, man.
All right, man. Let me hit this, man. Somebody donated, man. I see you, Robert John. What's good, man? Courtney Robert John, man. Appreciate that from the EQ. I see the pound right there. Keep up the good fight, brother. They all scamming at this point. There is, man. And when we say scamming, we're saying that they're taking from our intellectual real estate, yo, and they peeling it away. They scamming it away. They taking it away. So when we go outside and have high-level conversations in our workplace, maybe, right, amongst our friends and family, yo, we come at them with flim, flam, blam, blam, boom, and we mess it all up. That's scamming to me. When you taking away from a person, when you taking something away, right? When you trick us, they tricking us. They want to, the argument for them is that we're some kind of way not dealing with black people or the blackness or the politics of black people. Like we don't care about, like we hate, I'm anti-African, I'm anti-black. That's what they doing. That's called scamming. We gonna hear it. Watch. Hey, Sunchild, you got one question. What's up? You're not gonna talk us to death. What's on your mind? Get in your question.
Question, and I'll make a comment if I can, but I'll ask the question first.
Yeah, you got 30 seconds. Your question, go ahead.
There's a video by Henry Louis Gates on YouTube with an Egyptologist, Stuart Tyson Smith, if you've heard of him, where he refers to the ancient Egyptians and the Nubians as Black Africans. He does so in the 44th minute and the 54th minute of that video. And he doesn't say anything about one drop rule to avoid any
That's a question? Is that a question?
Yeah, why would he? Why would he?
What's the question? Is that an interview? That's his personal opinion. What's the question? What's the question?
The question is and was if you had heard of Stuart Tyson Smith and were you aware that he's an Egyptologist and an anthropologist.
We know who Stuart Tyson Smith is. He the one that come up with the one drop rule. Remember that?
No, I don't remember that. I'm not sure what you're talking about with Stuart Tyson Smith coming up with the one drop rule. I'm not sure.
No, not came up with it. He uses it, bro. That's in the article entitled The Egyptian Race Controversy. What's wrong with you, man? You know we right here with it, yo.
Oh, I didn't even know myself, bro.
And Egyptological bias. Well, in this video, he doesn't say anything about the one drop rule.
What is the question, yo?
Well, the question is if you were familiar with his stance as ancient Egyptian, as Black African.
Yeah, you can read his blog. He say that. Read his blog. He said on his blog.
And I'll did you say that Africa was called the dark continent because the people were dark skinned? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they called it the dark continent, and they thought to be ignorant. The people had to be ignorant. But go ahead.
It didn't have anything to do with black skin, as far as I know. It was because they considered the continent mysterious and unknown. That's why they called it the dark continent.
That was one of the reasons. Noted. Keep going.
Well, that's all. Those are the only two things I would suggest looking at that video. Again, at the 44th and 54th minute where he speaks about it. Louis Gates also continues to ask him why they take the differences in the depictions between the Egyptians and the Nubians as being lighter and darker. I found his response to that enlightening as well. If you wanted to take a look at that towards the 55th minute of the video.
Thank you, brother. Put it in the back. Put it in the back. We're moving on to the next person with a question. Appreciate you, brother.
Peace.
Logic, what's good? Can't hear you. Somebody says I can't even read.
Oh shit! Here you go.
What's going on, bro?
Man, what's up with y'all, man? What's up, everybody?
We in
Peace, Logic.
We in the game.
What's happening, man? What's up, Joe? I wanted to comment on what you said there, Joe, because I think we're getting real close to it. And you know what I be saying, the server, man. I honestly feel like since these people are, Afrocentric, Blackologists, Pan-Africanism, that they're looking for some like trickle down effect, right? Like they have to have some motive for making the Egyptians black, and they seem to draw like this blurry line between if we make them black, it might reduce some of the social pressures that we deal with here in America, and I think that's the real problem, right? Like we can't get them to openly admit that, right? But it has to have to be incorporated in their worldview some type of way. If it wasn't, then why even operate under the banner of Pan-African Blackologist or whatever the hell they call themselves? Like I think that's really the problem, right? We actually think that by making the Egyptians black, it accomplishes something for us here in America. And we talk about the ancient Egyptians 5,000 years ago. If we can some kind of way co-opt the fact that we built the pyramids and before other people did, we was the first smart people on earth and all that kind of stuff. That's what it's really about, Joe. And they scared to say it. That's what it really is about.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Scared to say it. Scared to say what?
Yeah, they scared to say it.
I agree with Logic 100%.
Yeah, they scared to just come out and say, yeah, man, if we can claim that we built the pyramids first, then we can say everybody else on the planet dumb. That's what they want to say. That's what they want to say.
Yeah, you funny, yo. I think
that's what they want to say.
You know what's funny? That for the majority of Egyptian history, they didn't build pyramids, yo. The Nubians actually built more pyramids for real, right? And they built pyramids only in the Old Kingdom, and they stopped. Right, so there's more ways to judge African civilizations than just the building of the pyramids. It's the craziest thing ever. There's a lot of scientific invention. The Egyptologists that we talked to yesterday is going to talk about that. There's a lot of things, right? Medicine, okay, which is far more important than building pyramids. You got to know that, yo. Like the pyramids is something you do after you figure that out, after you get your resources together, that black soil to make them plants grow for real, and you got a surplus of that, and you start trading and selling that and all that, then you can chill out and waste some damn time and build some pyramids and develop
absolutely
math
right
to help you do that. So we got it all out of pocket, and you're right. Like the pyramids, and that's like the dumb thing. Right? You like, duh, they built the pyramids. That's not intellectual, because what does the actual pyramids represent? It represents the people having the ability to sustain an economy over 25 years. Think about that. You 25 years to build this thing. You gotta have money flowing for 25 years. You gotta have resources, counting, feeding people to build the pyramids. Surplus of funds. Simple as that. It represents that. It represents economics at a high level, stability, all that. So we look at it wrong. Engineering, all that. So yeah, right. That ain't whatever, man. Whatever. That's some extra. That ain't even the measurement. That's the foolery right there. It is crazy on what. So what's up, Ghana? Got your question? Get it in.
What's up,
What's up?
All right. Looking at Africa, looking at the map, and I was just wondering, I mean, I know you have an idea because you're into science. You have an idea of how old the Sahara Desert is, right? And I want to know if the Sahara Desert, before the Sahara Desert existed, do you think Black people went into that area?
Yeah, I'm writing a book on it.
Could you give an answer right now?
Yeah, there were Africans that were in the Sahara when it was green. African culture, African civilization, cattle cult. You can look at the rock art, steam it with life. Absolutely.
And being in the Sahara, you would also be in Egypt, right?
No, that's one part of Western. That's one part of it.
It's the eastern part of the Sahara.
Yeah, 300,000 years it was people in that area. I showed it in the British Museum. Y'all don't like using it. Absolutely. 300,000 years, there's absolutely people on the Nile. We look at their tools, the Tyrian culture. We can see their material right there. But go ahead.
Right. So that would be Black people in Egypt at the founding of it.
That would be African people at the founding of it.
Yeah, Black people. And also, if I could just add one more thing, white skin that does have a timeline, right? Because I know you're into science. I know we could look up the timeline for it just so we could see where they exist in time. So
some of it do. Yes, some, yes, but there's different genes. I mentioned them. Go back and look at the show. I mentioned several genes that is responsible for light skin. Not just the genes that Europeans carry. There are other genes that are responsible that start in Africa. Kishnov talks about that.
I'm asking for the age.
Huh?
I'm asking for the age of
some go back to 300,000 years and some go back to 26,000 years.
For pale skin?
Yes, light skin.
For white skin, the white skin gene.
Absolutely, I showed it. I showed that, and we've been through this before. Yeah, I actually showed it. I can pull it up for you if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, light skin. Light skin is not produced by.
We can't even wrap our minds around 100,000 years.
Yeah, we can't.
Ask that question. Okay, I probably said that wrong.
No, you said it right, but you wouldn't recognize it here. You got DDB1.
About pale
right?
skin.
You're talking about the SLC 24A5, but you got HERC2, you got MFSD12.
Absolutely not. So what I'm asking you about is the modern.
No, it's right here. Hold on, bro. We're not going, bro.
Fair.
Hold on, bro.
Any other questions?
We're not fair is where they sell pigs at.
The modern European pale skin.
Right here. The key gene mutation promoting lighter skin.
Not
SLC24A5 occurred 29,000 years ago.
Okay, thank you.
In Asia and later spread into Europe. But Africa is the source of other gene variants that contributed to light skin in populations around the world. DDB1, MFSD12, and HERC2, brother.
Okay,
it's right here on the screen. Y'all can look these up, right? So it's not just one mutation or molecule responsible for light skin. There's several of them, and this is part of our education and our growth as an African-American, Black American community, brother. So I'm not discounting what you're saying. You're right, but there's some more information that we have to promote and put with that. There you go. So what is your point now?
The modern European, that pale skin, that modern European look. How old is the modern European? That's the one that claimed to be in Egypt.
So hold on. So I don't know what modern European you're talking about, because they too vary in skin color. Like people in Ireland, they're very light. The Danish, they're very, very pale.
Science,
right? All of them are. Why are we talking at the same time? You're messing up the show. I'm saying that there's variations within that. Everybody is not super pale, bro. Like we could just, no one would even argue that. But what is your point for saying such a thing? What is your what are you trying to produce?
Because when you understand their age, that I wanted to explain. I'm talking about the modern European, because this is the one making all the accusations, claiming they're superior, we're inferior, and promoting all this, we're not in Egypt, and all kind of stuff. So I just wanted to really narrow down how old they are. You know what I mean? So then we can see if they was really.
They're 300,000 years old.
Huh? The modern European. If we Google it,
300,000 years old.
3,500 years old.
No, Ghana.
Let's do
They're 300,000 years old, brother.
All right, let's Google it. They're not.
We don't gotta Google it. Now, if you're talking about the molecule, the molecule would be 26,000 years. Do you get that?
So they found a progenitor to white people.
All right, man. Let me get them out of here, man. I'm gonna mess the show up, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man. Listen, Ghana, I don't mean to be rude, but you got to get out of here, brother. What I'm saying is the molecule that produced the SLC245C, right? That goes back approximately 26,000 years, but that's just a molecule. It's a mutation, right? What you consider to be Europeans, you know what I'm saying? They're Homo sapiens sapiens, and Homo sapiens sapiens is absolutely approximately 300,000 years. So the SLC24A5, right, occurred about 30,000 years ago, but that's a mutation. The actual mutation that it occurred on Homo sapiens sapiens is 300,000 years old. We got to stop it. We got to stop that fool. That's foolery for us. All right, simple as that. So look, man. Dr. Smalls went in on those saying that Kemet was not. Man, we're not even talking about James Smalls, man. James Smalls, man, that's James Smalls, man. He can say that's on him. Say what he want to say. Man, I appreciate the show. Appreciate you, Ghana, man. Come back tomorrow, bro. Right? We just moving forward. We don't want to bog down, man. In the private chat, Iceman, I see that. Otez, the Iceman, progenitor of the modern Europeans. He was still black 5,300 years ago. All right, I put that in there for you, Ghana. All right, we looked at that before. That was a good study you brought up that time. Man, we appreciate everybody that came through, man. Hit the Cash App, man. Let me call out those who showed that love here to make this show possible for tomorrow, man.
All right, good show. I'm gonna bounce off, bro.
All right, man. I want you to get back to work, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yep, I know. I'm trying to get caught, right?
Yeah, man. We don't want you to get knocked up. Hey, Marlon, appreciate you, man. All right. And I called out everybody else, man. That's love, man. Man, appreciate the show. Man, appreciate how we doing it around here, man. Man, y'all know, man. Why don't y'all just go ahead and sit back and hit that damn upgrade, yo? See, your mouth can say any damn thing, right? But can you support that with the evidence? We got great speakers in the community, yo. Great orators, yo. But who really back that shit up with science and literacy and facts, man? Yeah, hey, Black Line, yo, you not there yet. Yo, take your time. Upgrade, baby. Upgrade it because we shooting you down. Hey, y'all know what it is. Hey, upgrade. Y'all know what it is, man. Support DQ Music, man. Support his book. Man, DQ Hampton, man. Support that brother, man. We moving this thing forward. Hey, man, appreciate everybody that came through for the show, man. Keeping the toxicity away from the show, man. Still can get cussed out, though. I don't think you can't come up here with something wild. I might just ruin the whole monetization. Upgrade your knowledge and your wisdom, man. Stop saying that white people are just aging at age based off of molecule. They're Homo sapiens sapiens diversified on planet Earth. Talk about culture, man. Recognize your culture to give you strength and power. Being able to work from accurate culture helps you understand the mistakes that your ancestors made and the gains they made. Keep it upgraded, man. Keep it right. Stop playing, yo. Hey. Smooth. Hope you enjoyed your morning, man. Love and happiness, man. Keeping it smooth. Making scientific literacy important. Big up the Dr. Mayat project, man. Go ahead and get Meltrex, man. That third episode is out. That fourth episode is out, man. Get on top of that, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey. Hey. Cha, y'all. Hey. Pick up the Cedric, man. Omar Reed, man. Williams, I see you. Hey. Black Line Supreme. Hey. Gideon Block is in the building. Afro Ninja is in the block. Ray Black. Yeah. Hey. Miss Tiff. Y'all know what it is. Vitamin DNA. Hey. Chest move. Hey. Hey. Y'all know what it is, man. Need an upgrade. Man, y'all know what it is around here. Look, man, y'all know what it is, man. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, Community of Skeptics, man. Make sure y'all check us out Sunday. All right. We got a special guest coming through, Rick Ross, man. That's going to be Sunday. I know the flyer says Saturday. Make sure you'll be in the building, man. We're going to be talking about cults. He's the expert that was on the Nature Boy trial. I think this is going to be a good one. Man, he got some hell of a stories about them cults he was investigating, man. Look him up. Y'all know what it is, man. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate all the support. Man, hit the Cash App coming in. Hit the Cash App coming out the door. Bobby Banger. All day, every day. And we out.